Coming to an end of our series of short daily podcasts about intonation, and mainly, of course, speaking about intonation in the English language as it's spoken in the UK. Other derivations of the UK English have slightly different intonations, whether it be America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. They're the main ones, of course. But it may be that you're learning English as a second language. Hopefully this may have been of interest to you as well. But of course, each language has its own intonation, and some are more musical than others. In English, a wide range is used, and in some instances, intonation carries the meaning of a phrase. For example, in question tags, the intonation used can indicate whether the speaker is looking for agreement. We spoke about questions being asked and the intonation for those a few days ago. It's important for speakers of other languages to be aware of intonation, because if your language doesn't have the same range, you can sound monotonous or even bored when you speak English, which has quite a variety of range in its intonation and inflection. And misunderstandings can come about between speakers who aren't aware of the intonation of the other person's mother tongue. Now, earlier on, several weeks ago, I said I try not to use stress when talking about keywords to highlight in a script, because that can often give the impression that a word needs to be emphasised or shouted, when intonation or lift can be a much more subtle way to signpost meaning. Being told to stress a word can lead to the plonking effect, where a word is suddenly pushed in a sentence out of all relationship with its meaning. And also stress, as I said several weeks ago at the start of this mini course within a course, stress is also used regarding physical and mental pressures that affect the voice. So it's easier to use the term intonate, lift, highlight, colour instead, which suggests much more nuance in delivery. And we've also looked at tone as well, haven't we? The word that I use for the overall style in which an item may be read, say a serious, sarcastic or silly tone, rather than the tone of the voice. Because pitch is really the register of the voice, put simply high or low, and it may change between, say, news stories or even within them. And in today's show notes, I've given you a series of scripts for you to use to exercise your marking up skills, which we spoke about several months ago, and also your intonation skills after what you've learned about over the last several weeks. Get a Better Broadcast podcast and video voice continues tomorrow from London with me, Peter Stewart.